Welcome back to the special Power Play Show with the hockey coach Guru Coach Frenchy back in the booth tonight, Sunday night, no Montreal Canadiens, but we are going to be here tonight talking about the Montreal Canadiens. The finalists yesterday, game number 20 of the season 2021-2022. First quarter of the season, and that's what usually you evaluate what's happening and what's going to happen after that for the rest of the season. And tonight we're going to talk about this. You're going to be the judge. You're going to give a ranking from A to E, honestly A to D, for each player play a minimum of 11 games with the Montreal Canadiens since the beginning of the season. And then we're going to talk about Marc Bergevin and, of course, the head coach, Dominic Charm. And then we're going to check in about what's going on around the league. Big W tonight by the Tampa Bay Lightning by a score of 5-4 on shootout against the Minnesota Wild. Another wild game because it was 4-2 for Tampa Bay, and Minnesota came back with 2 goals in the last 3 minutes. And then in shootout, of course, Steven Stamkos make his friends, and they win the W. And then after that, the New York Rangers, win the game at 0.7 when Lindgren scored a goal against the Buffalo Sabres. We're really impressed by the Sabres, the way they play. By a score of 5-4. At the lapse about 2 minutes at the second period, you got 4 goals back to back. Was a pretty entertaining game about that. And then at the end of the game, the big argument between the head coach, Gerard Gallant, and Zibanejad. It was funny to watch after the game. He was screaming each other on the bench. And the reason is that Zibanejad was upset with the ref for tripping. It looked like Gallant told him to zip it. And it was a big conversation live. You can see now on the social media. I will say to you, don't have the time to watching this. That would be funny to see Gerard Gallant and Zibanejad at the end of the game. The Toronto Maple Leafs at that moment take the lead 1-0 against the New York Islanders. And then also the Calgary Flames. The last minute I watched, I did not get the last update. It was 2-0. Now it's 3-0. Mangiapane, again, Mangiapane scored 3-0. And a 0-0 between the Blackhawks, Chicago, and the Vancouver Canucks. So just want to give you a little bit of updates going around the league at that moment. Of course, at the beginning of the show, we welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I was not sure if I should do a live stream or I should do, a game. And then I decided to do the Montreal Canadiens. I think it's the right time. Montreal is off today, back on the ice tomorrow, Tuesday. And then they're going to take the plane to go to Washington for the game Wednesday. The Montreal Canadiens send back the goaltender Caden Primo to the Laval Rockets today. Look like Jake Allen is ready to rock and roll. And then Joel Edmondson is going to participate to the practices, full equipment with the regular team tomorrow. When he's back, we're not sure yet. We're going to hear from Dominic Charm, a little bit more update about the situation of Joel Edmondson. And of course, Carey Price, listen, it's another minimum at 2 or 3 weeks, I assume, before he come back. So we talk about the middle of December. So we'll be interested what Montreal is going to do about that. It will be a shock about the 6 goal yesterday. We're going to talk about everything. Like we said, we welcome Mr. Michael Robinstein in the house tonight. From Toronto, Mr. Inortep in the house tonight. Mr. Brad Marchand, sound directly from Winnipeg. Welcome aboard, Mr. Brad. Hopefully you have an amazing, great trip in Winnipeg, and you enjoy the beautiful, cold winter of Winnipeg and Canada. Brad Marchand. Luc Lafontaine said Calgary now 4-0. Thank you so much for the update. We talk about Utah and USA. Why not welcome Mr. Ron with Kings 20 in the house tonight. From Boca Raton in Florida, welcome back, my neighbor, Mr. Dave Zucker, the RGRFN for live. Welcome aboard. BC said, Coach, it's Eagle today. If you can, please leave a comment on the bowl stream if you have time. Surprise gift if you have time. I can do this after the game. Not a problem, Mr. BC. Welcome aboard. I will take a note. If I don't take a note, I will completely forget. So, we have to do what you need to do. So, welcome aboard. In our tap, we have, of course, directement de Sherbrooke, de la belle province de Québec. On lui souhaite un gros bonsoir. Nicolas de Goubi-Bono. Directement de Moncton, New Brunswick. Come on down, Johnny Golden. Johnny, tomorrow, officially, you're going to get your come on down. I tape it, I record it. I just want to finale something. You're going to get your surprise tomorrow, Mr. Johnny. Your own presentation is going to be live for you. Be ready. It's going for you tonight. Before that, from Westmont, Montreal Canadiens Giant. We saw earlier Miss Kelly from Toronto. I don't know if she's around. I'm sure she's watching the game. But once she's back, we're going to welcome back Kelly and her mom, Darlene, and the house tonight. Welcome back, Mr. Luc Lafortune and the house. From Saint-Léonard, Mr. Becky's back again, Franco Iacono. What everyone's watching, I have Lee B. and Linder say Kilo South, directly from North Carolina, and the house just beside Raleigh and the east side, between Raleigh and the water. That's what K-Love is there. That's what I'm watching right now. The game is on. It's the second intermission. What's going on about that? That's what happened. I'm waiting for the King game to start at 10 o'clock tonight. They play again Arizona Coyotes. Johnny Golden. Hey, Michael. Michael and Johnny, Frenchy are here. Everyone's watching. Here we go. Do I miss someone? If I miss someone, I apologize. But before we start, what we want to do, we want to set one more thing, guys. Don't forget, please, not only to subscribe, but of course to click on the likes. Better likes we have, better we're going to grow this YouTube channel. By the way, the milestone 3400 look like we crossed the line today at 3,400. We are about 100 to make the 3,500, another milestone. The key is to get the 3,500 before the end of 2021. And then we're going to turn around, and then we're going to go from 2022 until June. The milestone is going to get the 4,000. But don't tell anybody. I'm looking for 5,000 at the end of the year. But we cannot tell anybody, right? Don't tell to anybody about that one over there. That'd be good about that. So that's what's happening around the league. Finally, we're going to talk about the report card. So the report card tonight, guys, is your report card about the Montreal Canadiens. And then I'm going to give you some numbers, some trend things. I'm doing a video about this tomorrow. The video is almost done. But I'm going to give you a little bit what we are thinking all together and what you think about the Montreal Canadiens and the Sunday play this season. How long it will be the show, guy? We're going to talk about through this, 30, 40 minutes. Then we can shut down this. And then we don't go nowhere. We're going to follow with the game, what's going on around the league. And we'll be there for a little bit until 11 o'clock, everything like that. So last night we have a great show. The Montreal Canadiens win by a score 6-3. And we had an amazing, great post game after that. We stay alive until 11:30 with great people around the French Canadian people. Remember, remind me all its French souvenir happening in Montreal Town Down. So let's don't bring about what we try to do tonight. Of course, we talk about the Montreal Canadiens. Go, Abs, go. And how we start this way. It's going to be a lot of interaction. So you're going to participate and give us your ranking about A to D. Honestly, you can go to E, but at the end of the day, it's not changed too much. So I'm going to change you. First, I'm going to give you a little bit. It's French stat about Montreal Canadiens. So they have played 20 games. They are, of course, 5-13-2. But during the time they win the 5 game, they score 23 goals in 5 games. That gave them about 4 point something, 4.1, whatever it is, a goal per game. All right. They gave only 6 goals during those 5 games. So it's about 1.2 almost per goal again. Their difference is 17 when they win. When they lose, they lost 15 times. The 2 OTL is a loss, right? They scored 21 goals only for a 1.4 goal per game. They gave 44 goals during those 50 games. That's almost 3 goals per game. The differential between those during those 15 games is minus 23, guys. How deep it is for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, on the face-off, the Montreal Canadiens, Dvorak is at 54.3. That's pretty much what he is. He was an average during his career at 52.5, something like that. Jake Evans is a number 2 at 49.2. Then finally, Suzuki is at 47.7. He's a little bit better at what he was during his career so far, but he still has a lot of work to do to get there. The rest guy, Perrault, Paquette, Brooks, and Poland, I did not get there. That's the 3 regular players we have this. Now, on the minus side, minus is plus. Dvorak is minus 15. Anderson is minus 12. Hoffman is minus 8 and 9. Suzuki is minus 8. The only 2 players played 20 games with plus are Joel Armia plus 3. Likonen is at plus 1. So they are that's what they are right now, the plus and minus. That gives you the big picture of what happening during the season so far. And then we're going to go through each players one by one over there. So that's give you what happening at that moment about that. So I'm going to a little bit focus about everything about this. We need a 15 win for the row. Dixon said that. No problem, Dixon. We are on it. The night Patrick Roy alone 9 goal. Do you think Roy would have stayed with the ad if he was pulled after the first period? As we're never going to know about this one, to be honest with you. Yes or no, I'm not sure about that. I believe that will not make a difference at the end of the day. I think between Patrick Roy and many players around him and the organization like Tremblay did not fit. Patrick Roy was really demanding, really selfish inside the locker room, inside the Montreal Canadiens. I don't want to go deep because that's not a story about Patrick Roy. But I know at some point I will just amplify what is going on Patrick Roy around the Montreal Canadiens. The Canadiens score cannot defend a recipe for disaster about that. Johnny Colder Centreville. I'm here, Coach Kelly. Welcome back with Darlene.
You are awesome.
Here we go. So you are awesome. Hopefully you had an amazing, great Sunday. And your team, I believe, last time I watched, it was 1-0 when I watched this the last time. Here we go. So it will take a little bit longer to do this, but we're going to go one by one. I'm going to give you this. And when I was said to you guys, put the ranking. Don't put the ranking before that because it's going to be confusing. I will not know if this is going to go the player before or the players after. So if you see, example, Nick Suzuki, don't put B, C, D, whatever it is, because I'm not going to go follow up with everything. When I was said, put the ranking, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to do it. Does it make sense? Everybody understand? Peter Baxter, welcome aboard. Here we go. The first thing we're going to talk about is the team. So the team, guys, is 5-13-2. They have an average of 300, and they are number 29 in NHL at that moment before the game tonight. They score a goal for a 44 goal for a 2.20. They are 25th in NHL. Goal again, they are 70, 3.50 per game they gave away. And they are who? The last one in NHL. Yes, they are the last one. Goal again. Now, on power play, the Montreal Canadiens are 29, 14.8. On shortened PK, they are where? 29, 69.2. So you can see 20, 32, 29. On shot on the net, they are 22, 30.1. And finally, the shot again, they are 31.7 for 17. Now, at that moment, tu veux-tu que je te raconte comment ça s'est passé mon match? On va attendre un petit peu, mon Nicolas. Now, you can give us your ranking about the overall, the Montreal Canadiens as a 29 and all the categories. How do you consider Montreal Canadiens? Do you put them as the best A, B, C, D? You can also put C plus, C minus, B plus, B minus, and we don't go under D, all right? So we go from A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, blah, 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 until D. All right? So Dixon is, my grade is F for Dixon. Oui, Nick, tu peux le rencontrer, Nicolas, puis on va le jaser entre-temps, il n'y a pas de problème. Donc, it's the time right now to ranking. All right? So before I move to the next picture, it's the time now to ranking so we can... You tell me what is the ranking about the Montreal Canadiens for the team. Ron 20 said D. Awesome. Thanks to participate, Ron. I appreciate that. Michael Robinson said D minus, really F for Michael Robinson. Pierre Martin said C. Welcome back, Pierre. Luc Lafontaine said D. Franco said D for Daniel. That's awesome. That's good. I'll give you about 1 more minute, guys, and then after that we can move on. In our tab said D. Canadian Daniel Jones said D. So most of the people said D so far. That's pretty good. All right. Pierre Martin, you're welcome. Here we go. Now, let's move on for the next one. But before that, Matt is going to be quick. That was D. All right. So picture the picture, guys. I go quick. All right. Next one, Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki, season. He has 20 games. 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 point minus 8, 47.7 on face-off average. So Luc Lafontaine said C. Nicolas said C. Now, wait, before you give me Nick Suzuki, wait, I give you a rating. I will tell you when it's time for Nick Suzuki because I cannot follow you. I don't know now if you give me a D for Nick Suzuki or a B because I don't know when. When I'm going to say Nick Suzuki, give me the ranking. That's where you put the ranking. Not before that because I cannot follow what's going on in the chat and we don't know. Are you now talking about the team or Nick Suzuki? If you want to put a ranking, put the name beside this. That's only maybe okay. The only way I can follow up. So put the letter and the number of the players if you want to follow up with everything. That would be the best way to do that. Here we go, Michael Robinson. You got it? It's a C for Michael Robinson. Dixon said B for him about that one over there. And what I want to mention to you, I don't know if I have it here. Not him. Here we go. Tomorrow you're going to get a little bit more deeper about analytics about French players on French website. Nick Suzuki example. His offense right now is 46. Defense 62. The transition is 65. The scoring only 40. Play driving 44. Chance 61. And you can see all those numbers. All right. The problem right now, as a number one center, he cannot deliver what he's supposed to do at that moment, unfortunately, if you consider him as the center number one. The lucky Montreal, he has his contract under the ELC, so he's not at $8 million yet, so you can forgive the situation with Nick Suzuki. So, Canadiens said B. Dixon said B. Michael said B. Franco said B for Suzuki. Thank you so much about that. And the answer for me, it will be quick. Pay attention. It's biz. B is biz. It's biz. It's a B minus for me for Nick Suzuki because, first of all, the last 5 games has 0 points. At the beginning of the season, he has not many points. He did is about 10, 9 points and 10 game only. So you have about 9 games of the 20 game he played so far, guys. He has 0 points. So that's the reason I gave him a B minus. It's still good, 14 points. That we gave him about 56 points. But for me, Skip, to get qualified as a great season, for me, it's at least a minimum of 60 points. He's about there. But that's the reason I gave him a B minus for Nick Suzuki. And I'll tap Vincent, welcome aboard. All right, let's move on. Tyler Toffoli, it's only season so far, and 20 games. He has 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points. I believe he's -5 at that moment. So Tyler Toffoli, that's what he got right now at that moment. Now you can tell us, what is the ranking for Tyler Toffoli, number 73? Tell us what you give as a Tyler Toffoli. 12 points, 3 points yesterday. So we have 9 points and 19 games during those apps. That gave him about right now 16, 17 games for the season. For me, is under play at what he's supposed to do. Dixon said C minus. Tyler Canadiens said C. Toffoli said C. Franco said C. C minus for Toffoli. Thank you, guys. Round 20 said C plus. Awesome, guys. That's great. Anybody else want to add more in the conversation? Nicolas or anybody else? Pierre, maybe you're around. Or anybody else? We're about 23. Don't forget to click on the likes. And that's the way I say. Keysar said C minus, fair for me. Pierre said Tyler C is ice time. Everything like that. Look for the skills and rookie with 8 millions dans 6 pages, bien de la pression. Yeah, but the 8 millions start next season. So we can hanging there. But hopefully get experience. Vincent Costello, he said B for Toffoli. And our tab says C minus about him. And my answer for him, I will go right away. It's C plus. All right? So, he's still performing, but not right the way. He should be a B and an A for Toffoli the way he's supposed to be. For me, I give him a little bit chance for him, a C plus for Tyler Toffoli. Brandon Gallagher, season, 19 game, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. That's Gallagher did so far since the beginning of the season. What is your expectation, your ranking for him? Toffoli ice time is about 17, 18 minutes PR. 9 on 10 at the minus. Yes. Brendan Gallagher, 9 points. Dixon says C for Gallagher. Awesome, thanks. Anybody have some specific for number 11, Brendan Gallagher? Sorry, get a C minus, Michael Robinson. A for effort. Canadiens said C. And now time go to D plus. Wow. D plus. Now, 4 goals for 20 game, guys, that gave him 16 goals. That's the one of the worst season for goal. Now, 9 points, I gave him about 36 points. That's not good enough for Gallagher. Brendan, C minus for Pierre. Runs D. Gallagher. B minus for Caleb. Not a goal scorer realistic. A B for Vincent. All right, let's move on for my prediction. Le gars 5 pour l'équipe. Yes, but le gars, il peut jouer très, très bon avec le travail, mais s'il ne compte pas, il est payé pour compter. C'est ça là, qu'il faut que tu comprennes. On lui donne 6 millions de dollars pour compter 30 buts par année. S'il ne fait pas ça, là, il ne mérite pas son salaire. Le gars, il peut travailler, faire le mieux qu'il peut, mais s'il ne travaille pas, il ne fait pas son rôle de compter des buts. C'est ça son rôle. C'est une énergie avec compter des buts. Il fait bien son énergie, mais il ne compte pas de buts. C'est ça que la différence pour Brendan Gallagher. I gave him for Gallagher this year so far the letter C. That's what I gave him for at that moment over there. Point are not the best, but he does not take care of the shift up. We look at slow tanning, everything. Here we go. Next one, Josh Anderson. 20 game, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points, minus 12. That's Josh Anderson so far with the Montreal Canadiens. I gave him another 16 goal. Everybody, guys, has under normally the goal he should get right now in it for the season. So right now for Josh, Dixon 6.5 need to be 60 point, and I love Gally Dixon. I think Dixon at 50, I would be happy with Gallagher with 30 goals. Round coach, son rôle c'est de montrer l'exemple. But if you pay a guy, look, for $6.5 million, 0 goal, and only to show the example, how much you pay a guy who scored 30 goals? You're going to pay a guy less at the guy just show up at the guys. What kind of team you going to get? So you're going to get Yannick Gord, Gallagher, those guys, but nobody score. The good example, Seattle Kraken. That's the problem they get also. So you not only pay for one specific role you play in NHL, you have other things attached with the career. Gallagher got a $6.5 million, not for energy. He got the 6.5 because he was a regular 30 goal per year. That's its friends appreciate. I believe the Montreal give the money for that. I could be wrong here. But if you give the money 6.5 just because he lead, for example, I'm not sure it's value. It's a big mistake on my book. That's a big mistake for Marc Bergevin. My book. Because you pay for the guy just to show up. I don't know. Vincent Costello, he says C. Josh is C. And another sense C+. Ron with King 20 C. Pierre Martin D+. Il est payé pour ce qu'il a fait, mais pas pour ce qu'il fait présentement. All right. I agree with you. It's for what he paid for in the past. So we should give him a because he played great every night. He worked hard, and that's the reason. I don't know what to tell you more about that one over there. About that. Hold on, I'm going to simplify this. I have to click this over there. Lock this. Here we go. My letters for that one, guys, is C- for Josh Anderson. Mike Hoffman, he played only 13 games, guys. He has 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. Bada Monkey! I agree with you, Vincent, minus 12. We are ranking Montreal. Mike Hoffman, 30 goals, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points. B plus for Mike Hoffman. C plus Hoffman, B minus for Inotap, C for Hoffman, about for Michael Robinson. Thank you. Hopefully have an amazing, great weekend, Mr. Buddy Monkey. Pierre Martin, Hoffman, C plus, thank you. B minus for Mike, Run with Kings 20, awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks to join us tonight. Don't forget to click on the likes. We're going to give about another 10-15 seconds for Mike Hoffman. Kelly, Montreal, minus D or D. Thank you so much, Kelly. Appreciate that. That's pretty much what everybody said for about the Montreal, Kelly, about that. My letters for Mike Hoffman, guys, is C plus for Mike. I think overall, he had 4 goals in 13 games. I gave him about 25 goals at the end of the season. That's what he should be. So, but for right now, I gave him a C plus. Leave 2-0. Thank you so much. Thanks to let me the update, Kelly. The next players, Ben Chariot. That would be interesting to hear for your statement about Ben Chariot, because in 20 games right now you have 4 goals, 1 assist, only a 5 point. So he's going to get about 16 goals. I don't expect that, but right now he's going to be maybe his best season as a players as a goal so far. Abwin, Rick Upton. Thank you so much, more Ricky. Hopefully you have an amazing, great weekend. Kelly, 32 shots. Yes, I saw that. About that, you done tout, Luc Lafortune. I cannot believe we are winning, Kelly. Dixon, C, B plus. Mime, 64, B plus. Thank you so much, Mime. Don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. I'm surprised, Kelly, you're winning with Mr. Goalie. C on Ben Markel. Ron, C minus for Chariot. Abs are unbeaten. Chariot is C for Inotap. I will wait for Pierre Martin. When Pierre does it, we shut down. We move to the next players. Luc said he done tout. As-tu donné une lettre, Luc? Basé on view of the game, win or lose, Montreal is C minus for entertainment. Kelly, well, it's not Hutchinson. If it was, we would be losing. Kulak said C plus for Ben Chariot. Chariot said D for Pierre Martin. And the answer is C plus for Ben Chariot. I think on offensive he did very well. He struggled a little bit on the defensive side, but I think he showed up a lot every game, and he played the best he can be. Or whatever, he struggled a little bit. For me, as a C plus. Joel Armia. Joel, 20 game, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points plus 3, like I mentioned earlier. Only 1 goal he did the last game. So what about him? Mangle! Welcome, Mangle! Only in December, Rick. Thank you, Michael. Mime said C minus for Joel Armia. A, La Fortune. A, is it for Joel Armia, Luc, or is it for Ben Chariot? The answer is always Jacques Lemaire. Here we go. Dixon said D for Joel Armia. Lui puis Evans, Luc Lafontaine. Merci, Luc. In our tabs, C minus for Joel Armia. Merci, Luc. Ronnie Odette, tu lâches pas, coach. Salut, mon Ronnie. Mon Ronnie. If we go by stat, these guys are toast. Hello, Rick. D for Joel, Michael Robinstein. Armia said D. When I see Pierre, his answer, that tells me we can move on about that. Can the app get the place to owe one price return in December? Not much, Rick. I don't think so. I say out. PA for Evans. The answer for Joan Armia, guys, is a C minus. Jeff Petry, season 20 games, 0 goal, 2 assists, and 2 points. That's Jeff Petry for him. Main girl hockey, c'est Yvon Lambert. What is your ranking for Joel, Jeff Petry? Luc Lafontaine said D. Mime 64 said F. Bottom Monkey said E. We need to make a chant then. What happening to Petry? That's a big question. Nobody can answer. D. Round 20 said D for Petry. Thank you so much. D, and it's for Jeff Petry. F. Ronnie Z. About him, we all on the same page where we believe he does not perform. Bill Narap could seriously drop the hammer on his slap shot. Bill Narap, nobody talk about Bill Narap. Number 2. Matthew is a B minus. Thank you, Kevin. We should do Toronto tomorrow. Petry F and our top. D plus for D. Did you say Yvon Lambert? D minus Petry. We have Martin. Dixon D minus. Yes, I think we are all agree. Nylander on the penalty. The answer, guys, is D. Here we go. The next one. Arturi Likonen. Arturi Likoni. 20 game, 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points. It's +1 so far. Coach, I'm right. B minus, yes. Yes. Good for that one. Petry, please. Mindset for Arturi C plus. Good one. Art another D. Michael Benzine. Allow this guy C minus. Dixon. FT C for run and in our tap. Kill up. South said C. A minus for Petry, please. Petry is a -7, I believe. Nicolas said B. He said B. Petry is -4. And yes, -4. My mother, sister in Toronto, I son lady work for Frank Mahavlis Travel Agency in Theo. That's awesome. Arturi B minus Pierre Martin. Bad Monkey said C for him. I gave them a B, guys. A C plus, sorry. I gave him a C plus about him. I think because he play a lot on special team, on PK, and he does a lot of different things at the details of the game. He can play right wing, left wing. He go third line, fourth line. It's really for me. And he has 7-point guy. That would give him about 28 points to 30 points for the season. That's pretty much pretty good for me for Likonen. As the third, fourth line, play about 13, 14 minutes per game. Jake Evans. He played so far 16 games, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. Sprague Claren was an ab. He broke his leg, then go wrong, and then he beat his wife and his coach. Did not know. C'est plus pour le choix. Il score même pas dans le filet de soccer. Rick, Big M, my 2 favorite, next believe, and met him in ice. Evans said C for in our tap. Mime said C also with in our tap. But the monkey said D for Jake Evans. Injury gave Jake C. Michael. Run with Higgins. But pretty much everybody said C. C minus for Pierre Martin. He was a poor gentleman. He was a brother that could dangle too. Pierre Martin said C. We're almost the time to go to move on to the next one. I gave him also a C. Jonathan Drouin. 14 games, 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points. That gave him about 45 points. That gave him about like 40 to 45 points if he consists like this with 10 goals and about 35 assists. Pete Mahavlich. Jonathan Drouin. B minus for Franco. A C minus for John D. A B minus for Ron. GDR good. What are you doing, buddy? Welcome back. And on top, Drouin said B minus about that. A little bit better. Gave the people a little bit better. Michael Robinson said C minus. Michael Drouin B for Pierre. C plus, but I don't like the Schler to play and not playing. And for me, I gave him a B for the Jonathan Drouin. At that way, he would be our best player with the most points in the season with Nick Suzuki. About that. I've been degenerate for Drouin, yes. Cole Caulfield, 12 game, 0 goal, 1 assist, 1 point. $3-0. Yes, I just saw the goal. Mitch Marner score. Bunny Monkey said F. Maine said D. Marner score. Laval. Luc Lafortune. Vincent Costello C. Trainer be very disappointed as a AB. No offense to call, but C minus for Michael. 2 goals for Marner. Yes, B. Il is young. And not F, c'est D plus. C minus for Caulfield. Yeah. It makes a little bit sense about that. Because I have to be real, D for Cole, Pierre Martin. Good point. You have to be real. For always to be real, Pierre. Thanks again for watching us tonight, guys. Don't forget to click on the likes. Cole should play more aggressive. Coffee is going to be a star with Robitaille. And the answer of this, I gave him a D. Alexander Romanov, 19 game, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. Romanov is -4, by the way. B minus for Alexander Romanov. Goals have to be bigger. C for Alex, inconsistent, Michael. D for Romanov for round 20. My mom thinks Caulfield should have stayed up. Pierre Martin, always coach or play the fifth. Or play the fifth. And now Romanov, a C plus for in our top. Romanov, B plus for Pierre Martin. B plus, everybody is minus. Anybody else? When Carey retired to the Canadiens, have another great goalie somewhere. Not right now. Unfortunately, they don't have. So for him, I'm not remember. I think I gave him a C. I gave him a C for Romanov. He was not great the first 11 game or maybe 12 game. And then after that, he had healthy scratch. And the last 7 game, I would give him a B. But for the beginning of the season, I have to go with what I saw. Improvement, better, really intense now. Really is getting better and better since the last couple of games. And well done from Romanov. He's getting the top 4 really well for me in this for the Montreal. Brett Kulak. 20 games, 0 goals, 5 assists for Brett Kulak. 5 points. Same number as Ben Chariot. He is the second defenseman with the most points with the Montreal Canadiens this season. Montreal should have signed Freddie. Anderson will not come in Montreal because he does not want to be a backup. Rick, did you see the game last night? Romanov, tough guy. Romanov, tough guy. Pierre Martin, yes. C for Kulak and Michael. Sorry to get off the base here. I'm new. Not a problem, Ricky. All good, buddy. B minus for the assist. Mime. In our tab, Kulak, C. B for Kulak, run C plus Kulak for Pierre Martin. Awesome. Thank you guys to join us tonight. Don't forget to click on the like. That'd be great. We'll continue to do a little bit an evolution of the Montreal Canadiens, an evaluation of the first quarter of Montreal Canadiens. I gave for Brett Kulak C for Brett Kulak. I could go C plus, be honest with you. But again, he showed that, I think that someone said inconsistency with him. I think that's really where he is. He can give you 2-3 good games and then he disappear. And unfortunately, he's a defense number 5 and 6 in my book. So C plus will be a little bit better if I have to go that way. Be honest with you. Here we go. Now we're going to go to the new players most of the time. Christian Dvorak, minus 15, 20 goals, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points, and he has a 57 point or 55 face-off about him. C plus Kulak. Steve G, welcome aboard from Denver, Colorado. Toronto got 40 shots on Islanders so far. We are going place. Yes, Ricky. C minus nicely. I like that look. C plus run with King. Dvorak C plus in our tap. C for Dvorak. We wait for other people. Pierre Martin said B plus for Dvorak. Oh, guys, you're really generous. But it's okay. Anybody else? Let's see if we have anybody else. My answer for him. First of all, guys, Vincent, He said D. 48 on offense. Defense 4. Transition 51. 44. 11. 43. 70. 44. 41. 36. 38. All right? So for me, when I see those numbers, guys, you cannot qualify him right now as a center, at the top 6 players. Center number 2. He does not play like he's more like a third center at that moment with the Montreal Canadiens. He's not a second center. He cannot give too much for the Montreal Canadiens at that moment. And he's one of the worst forward. I gave him a C- for him because it's not the expectation. Dvorak should get about like 6 goals. He should get about 12 points. And then also, it should be better on, it cannot be minus 15. It's not, you know what I mean? You take Dano versus him, and it's compare both of them, and you give a first-round pick and a third-round pick. That's not what we expect from him, honestly. Yes, that's what I see as a player, not the stat. I'm not talking only the stat, me. I take on in general. Some area is getting better. The face-off guys is getting better for the last 3 games. He got a little bit better every game on face-off. But in general, he struggled a lot. He cannot finishing. He have opportunity. He have only 7.7% shot on the net on the attempt shot. So for me, that's what he is right now. Yeah, he's a 4-line at base pour Kike. 3rd line at that moment. I'll be honest with you. I expect better for, and I'm going to tell you that Dvorak, guys, is going to be a great hockey player. It's just an adjustment with him. But you're going to see the season is going to be a little bit longer. You're going to see this letter C- going to become a C+. Every quarter, Dvorak guy is going to be better and better and better. I'm telling you right now, Dvorak is better at what you see so far. I see him a lot, and I know he's better at what he shows so far with the Montreal Canadiens. David Savard. Monsieur Savard, 0 goal, 4 assists, 4 points, and 20 games. And Monsieur Savard, David Savard, guys, he has -7 with the Montreal Canadiens. Is the most minus with the Montreal Canadiens as a defenseman overall. David Savard, E for look at Kelly. I hope not back up, get the shootout. 54 seconds, Kelly. I have D more. That's all right. Look, Savard F. C- for Savard round 20. Pierre Martin trade Savard. He looked like more like the Asner. D-. Franco said D. Thank you. Thank you, Pierre, for Dvorak. I think the app are going to do this, Rick. All right. Let's move on with Savard. My answer for him, I'll go with D. Put you B. Le gars a du ciment dans ses patilles. D'accord avec toi. The only thing I would say to you, and I know it's not he looked a little bit better for the last 3 games, but it's not good enough, honestly. My expectation for him. Chris Wideman. Oh, this I want to hear from you guys. Chris Wideman, 15 games, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points. The best defenseman with the most points for the Montreal Canadiens is the regular players defenseman. He played the less minute per game. He has 3 points, I believe, on power play of the 8. Let me check this to confirm with you. 8 Dvorak power play. No, I apologize. Only 2 points, guys, on power play. He has 6 points at 5 versus 5. Wideman B in a tap. Michael said C. B plus Wideman. Yes, 3-0. Congratulations, Kelly. Wideman, A plus Pierre Martin. B sont right, Vincent. Stephen Manberg in the house. We miss you, buddy. I really miss you, buddy. C for Wideman, Michael Robinstein. Rick Uptal said gold. I will go. And the young kids guy, everybody celebrate him with a shutout. And the backup goaltender for the Toronto Maple Leafs, everybody mess up with him. Congratulations for the young Wolf. Oh my God. Wolf, a shutout. This is priceless, guys. Wow. Amazing. C shot temps on a fire. Look at Fortune. Kelly Wolf, yes. I gave him a C plus, guys. Overall, defensive, he struggled a bit with win a battle, everything like that, right? But on the overall, he's not too bad. A C plus, that's what he gave for me. Hi, Michael, Stephen, a lot of work, coach. I'm sure after a couple of vacations, you need to work at some point. Jake Allen, guys. Jake Allen, guys, he has 14 game, 481, 278, .905 save percentage. What is your... I need to change the game now. Flame win 4-0, guys. Toronto 3-0. The Blackhawks lead 1-0. Capitals Kraken 1-1 after 1. I put the game on. Nice to meet you, Steph. C for Jake, Michael Robinstein. Roger Delaney, welcome aboard. He's doing his job, Pierre. Wideman, Pierre Martin. Allen B plus for inner tap. I look at the shot he has at the cast with us. 5-4 Rangers, look at Fortune. Yes. B plus Stephen for Jake Allen. (1-0) Chicago over Vancouver. Allen C for Kelly. Rogers said B. C plus Allen just because his defense is not really helping him. Dixon gave him an A. Pierre Martin, you have the last word. Pas de défense. Ben d'accord avec toi. All right. C minus for me. I'm hard on him. But Jake Allen, if you check his game after the beginning season, right? He had no defense, everything like that. But Jake Allen, he will give you at least a 1 or 2 bad goal per game. And when you need a goaltender make the big save at the right time, example, like it's 2-2 or it's you lead by 1-0 or you lead by 1, all right? You need a big save at the right time. The one like Montembeault did yesterday. Jake Allen, most of the time, he did not give it. And then the 1-0 turned a 2-0, and then turned a 3-0 or a 1-1. He gave a 2-1. That's the reason I gave him a C-, honestly. 2.78 and 9.05. It's a below average stat in NHL, like the team is, honestly. But he's not the responsible of this. Here we go. Your head coach, Dominic Charm. Raptors are losing. Jake is only to be the second string, folks. Kelly has been a soft spot for his lead team win a cup in my lifetime. Dominic Charm, only one Petry shove guys in your face. Luc Lafortune, give him a C. Kelly, coach, equal D. 2 shutout on this team is Marc, get a C. Roger Delaney gave him a C. Dominic Charm equal D in our tap. Charm is F, not even a D. Kelly, did you see the DOS up with the LeBron and the Piston? Alan Vaillancourt, welcome aboard. D coach for Ron. Thank you so much, Ron. Yep, in our top, Steve G, A+ for that air. Steve, I cannot beat him. Duchamp said D. Thank you so much, Alan. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Pierre Martin. I'm not in the room or bench. Will keep quiet, coach. I'm not in the room or bench. Not a problem, Vincent. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate a lot. Fell for the coach, Pierre Martin. Oh, that's a great letter. Coach Charm. D. Next one. It's coming. The GM, Marc Bergevin, 2013. Picture. C'est quoi le plus dur pour ton Dominic coacher ou répondre aux médias? Le Dominic, this is not on one man. The I will turn this around. Rick, Don Allen, awesome. Hopefully, have an amazing, great weekend with Irene.
You are awesome.
Thanks to join us. Stephen Member said B-, I believe, for Bergevin. Fleury, guys, is hanging there in front of the net. 32 shot. Banquet should win. Bergie said C in our tap. Ron with Kings 20 says C-. Thank you so much, Ron. Michael Besson, another F. I do not approve of his been lame to make sure I've left. B+, Roger Delaney for Bergevin. I can wait for Pierre Martin. Steph, you're back home now, right? You're back in your city. Hey, can you see Régent Hall behind the bench? I miss the passionate Nordic. Malheureusement, Régent is not going to. You should do this with more team. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Caleb South. I agree with you. I like it. Bergevin, B for Pierre Martin. All right. Remember them war? Yes, sir. My answer, Stephen. Yeah, I'm back home, coach, but I was away for 3 weeks. But, you know, Steph, first of all, welcome back home. Secondly, it was about family, was your dad, and everything like that. And sometime in life, it's more important at anything else. It's family first. So glad you have an amazing, great time with your dad. And now it's, of course, when we're back, we have to come back and working harder. But well done, buddy. Bergevin will also give a D. I only watch one team. A for Bergevin, Vincent. My answer for Bergevin is C, guys, because he's the responsible of finding players, right? He's the guy pick all the players, trade for the players, sign the UFA, everything like that. I feel like he failed on many ways. Now the team, guys, and I'm going to go back at the beginning so I can follow up a little bit better. I can look at you because usually I look that way over there. Yeah, we had a great time. We thank you. Welcome. Berger, solid C, second GM. How it was just a fun Detroit, you good. I know the real story, Michael. At the end of the day, guys, what I was trying to explain to you is the Montreal Canadiens, they are better at what they did so far. I'm telling you right now, they are better. They not play at the level they should play. And you can see by all your evaluation of each player, everybody has C minus and C, and you know what I mean? We do not have no A overall. We don't have barely a couple of B. It's really C, D for many of them, and that's the result of what they are. Number 29, everybody is thought that they will be better. For me, I think if there was about 9, 11, I think that, you know, a 3-4 win more, that would be really what I think they are without Weber, without Dano, and without Price. Obviously, they are only 5-4, and for me, that's not good enough at the end of the day for me at that moment. Now, on the flip side, Bergevin is the responsible player he find. I think he make a mistake with Savard, Paquette, for 2 of them. I think Hoffman, Dvorak is going to be great. I think it's just the timing with him. And then after that, he's going to be waiting to see what's happening with Perrault. I think he's a guy at the bottom 6. He's better, I think, better there. Now, for the next quarter, it will be interesting what he's going to do with Rand Poland, what's going to happening with Cole Caulfield, and what's going to happening to Norlander. For me, I will return Norlander and Sweden. The only problem on Norlander, I'll be honest with you, is this part. He's going to play 9 games with the Montreal Canadiens. I expect that. For London and Sweden, guys, I have not the best team right now in that league. They have a defenseman, Simon Edvinson, drafted by the Detroit Red Wings. He's the best player over there. I'm a little bit worried about his time and the quality time he's going to get over there. That's my only concern, to return Norlander to Sweden, because Edvinson, it will maybe be the best defenseman in that league next season. And imagine this, is with who? The Detroit Red Wings. Imagine Zetter with Edvinson for the future for Detroit. So that gives you an idea how he works over there. T'es rough, coach. Bergevin vient de loin, il reconduisait. Dano fait mal, très mal. Look, oui. This DF is killing us. Do you think he read this wrong? Michael met up with some old friends. They are but scary. Was feeling really nervous. I was. The Swedish rapper was killed. Sorry about that, Sweden, Steph. Too small. Steph. Oui, il manque de très gros joueurs, mais oui. The best player this year was Ben Chariot, in my opinion. On offensive, Allen, he's doing well. On the defensive, he struggled. I don't know. Honestly, it's a great question. Who is the best player so far? I don't know if I have to go with Nick Suzuki. That's a great question, Anna. On paper, they're supposed to be middle-level team with players being asked to play one notch higher than their skill level. Franco, yes. They're about 18-22 in my book, Franco. Greatest ab moment, Game 7, down Sherry Brown again. The Flyers Frenchman led by the shot Lambert Lafleur, line Lafleur, and his line rough the referendum. Yes, Rick. Edmonton need to be on the AHL. I don't know, Kilab. Why you want him to need to be on the AHL? L'équipe est bien meilleure que les stats. Pierre Martin, bien d'accord avec toi. He is now Suzuki, no way. Not in start, but now Suzuki. Did we do Poland? No, he did not do what I did, Pierre. I just asked all the players with 12 game et plus. So I let go Perrault, Parkett, Niku, and Norlander, Poland. And I forgot to make another. I have a list of the players I did not take on that one over there. Yes, Suzuki for Roger Delaney. How different do you think how the defense look with Price in completely different? And you know who is going to be the most benefit of Carey Price? You're going to laugh at me. It's going to be David Savard. Exactly like Shea Weber with Carey Price. Both of them are slow. Both of them cannot go, it takes a little bit longer to go around the net. But Carey Price play well the puck. So Carey Price will travel the puck. But Savard don't have to go all the way down to the goal line and close to the net. He can stay about 10 feet. He will get a puck. But Jake Allen and other goaltenders don't do that. And Savard, he have to come back a little bit longer. You know what I mean? So that change completely the way they reset, the way they make the break out. So that's one reason why Carey Price make over there about that one over there, Dixon. It's everything stuff for the goaltender around him. After competition, no. But again, Caleb, if you think about this, look what happened with Maurice Zeller. So Maurice Zeller stayed 2 years in the Sweden Hockey League. He became the best defenseman. It looked like right now with the Detroit Red Wings. So I don't know if it's right or wrong, but for me, they prefer them to get there because they play 20 minutes per game. They play minute in Sweden. Like American Hockey League, they are exception because they have talent, they have skill, they are over. So that's a different way. And that's the reason they don't do it. No longer any quiz, Stéphane. Not right now. Peux-tu que je te dise? Oui, bien sûr, mon Nicolas. Bergevin is a gambler. I love this. Price is a third defenseman in our top. I agree with you. Good night, everyone. See you all this week. Not a problem, Stéphane. Welcome back home, buddy. Thanks for joining us tonight. Look, I will answer to you. Je vais te répondre dans une couple de minutes. Faut que j'y pense. I have a few players 30 years old or more with long contract out to trade them, coach. Honestly, you have only one, but you have two. You have only Carey Price, and also you have Jeff Petry. The rest are only short term, and they are 30 years old and younger. About that. The goalie, Montabo, has great potential. Pierre Martin. I don't know, Pierre, honestly. I'm not sure about this, Pierre. I feel like I don't see a lot of potential there. I would take Caden Primo before him with time. But again, it would take time. On a fait un match nul 2-2, puis j'ai eu plusieurs chances de marquer. Félicitations, Nicolas. Après une coupe de défaites, vous êtes bien revenu de bonne façon, puis vous avez pris un match nul, ça se prend très bien. Je suis content, au moins, tu as eu des chances de compter. Donc, tu as bien joué. This team is met for Price, Dixon. Gallagher is 29, yes. Alan, yes. Alan say yes about Montembeault. Price held Petry and Edmondson to, but they are malaise which will not be a result this year due to the Bergeron situation. Aujourd'hui, c'est visite Windsor. À quoi tu cook hier, mon homme, right, je crois, Nicolas? I think, first of all, we have one question, and the reason I didn't, je ne pratique, tu te rappelles pas? Oui, je m'en souviens, mon Nicolas, que l'homme est une pratique. La raison que je t'ai pas répondu, Luc, c'est à cause que je vais l'offrir à tout le monde. Luc have a question. It was in French, but I would tell you guys in English. Who are the best three players for the Montreal Canadiens so far since the beginning of the season? So that's the question from. Il est grand et pas encore un homme. Yeah. Right now. Yeah. I'm sorry, right now. Who are the best three players you have right now in your team for the Montreal Canadiens? Montreal is not an NHL player allowed, bad glove, bad stick, very slow. I think at that moment, Michael is just hanging there. I think for me, his control is really where I'm really worried about him, Michael. He's not always square. I think yesterday he was better square. Luke said, Evans, Armia, Chariot. Hello, Joseph Laham. Joseph, you missed a great show last night. Joseph, when you left, all the French people or English people live in Montreal. And 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we talk about all these French clubs and plays. It was so funny. And I always thought we talk like that way, Joseph. I always think about you because we tell all the kind of stuff, funny story. Before the ad can rebuild for the future, Bergevin has to move on. He should not be allowed to trade anyone. That should be for the new GM. It depends, Alan. I don't see me. How many bad trade, Alan, Bergevin did? I will give you one thing, Alan. On my hand, I have 5, right? Give me 5 bad trade, like bad, have compared to any other GM where you consider Bergevin did a bad trade. Inotap says Suzuki, Anderson, and Allen. Great question, Rick Inotap. He's good most of the time, but he's right now into the house. Sorry to say, but Primo does not look prominent either, but I know they are not rushing him, but still I'm not impressed. Anderson, I said right now for Luc Lafortune. Michael, I think for me, I see a Primo better this year compared last season. I see some improvement, but he still need about 75 to 100 more start in American Hockey League. So for me, I would say to you, he's not ready yet. That would be the best one. Compare Primo to Montembeault, I would take Primo. My problem with Montembeault is not square, right? You have a difficult time to read the play, read the puck. And then his rebound is everywhere. So for me, that'll be something you have to control over there. Anderson, I will go honestly, for me, j'avais the stream en bas, j'avais compagnie par the stream. No, it's okay, Johnny, Joseph. It's just like, it was funny. It was just funny last night. After, it was one of the late live stream we always do, like only a few people. Best 3 I would said Gallagher, Suzuki, and Chariot. Allen. Suzuki. Anderson does not play big right now. Buddy Poops, welcome aboard NHL. My mom is a Finlander and my dad was a Frenchman. My loving grandpa called me Finnish. That's funny, Rick. I'm going to surprise everybody here. I'm going to go with Suzuki. Anderson had a good fight last night. Yes, Hoffman is the only guy I see doing what he does, so go with him. And Michael have been saying, how about Drouin? For me, it's more impressive what I thought because Drouin is doing his job so far. And with all the game he missed, everything like that, I don't have to complaining about Drouin. Sometimes it disappears, but I'm not complaining. I will be honest with you guys. I'm going to go with Suzuki. Yeah, it was funny because there are a lot of bad stuff we talk about. I'm going to make a name here. Who will take a Drouin? I don't know Google about that. What a game for the Rangers. I feel bad for the Sabres. Second time is happened also with the lead making it -4. To a second, this game for crazy. Yes, 1:52 to go, guys. Vancouver 0, Chicago 1. And the other, best place to meet the NHL players, Pierre Martin. Yep. It was great. Vancouver right now attacking. One-timer. Fleury make a save. They go back all the way up. Power play, Vancouver. Right now, they play 6 versus 4. Go back all the way up. One-timer, go back up. Vancouver, shoot. Oh, my God, shoot this crazy puck. Wow. What a game. Interesting. Toffoli only 2 points behind Suzuki, but was not thinking about him, Franco. And again, Franco and Toffoli have a 1 game of 3 points. Suzuki, guys, he have 4 games of 2 points. So he have only 6 points for, or maybe have 6 points for about 12 games about him. I'm French Canadian from my mother's side, 100%. Toffoli will forget him about this. Bluffing from Montreal. Look, yes, of course. One name I would say to you is Jake Evans. I love Jake Evans. Whatever the players play with Jake Evans, he made the people beside him better. His work ethic is great. He went 50% face-off. He's great on the defensive side. He's one of the best for the special team. And for what he did so far, I believe for me is one of my 3 players. Because everybody play with him, wherever he go, on the top or with 2 better players or at the bottom, they make them better. Because his work ethic make them to work harder, and that line don't give a lot of goal with Jake Evans. And for me, I have to go with Jake Evans. Go to walk the dog, guys. Have a good night, Mike. Have a good night, Michael. 35% so you don't speak. So for Toffoli, I'm surprised he would get going. Dixon, Michael Pease, about that. Maybe the question should be 3 biggest disappointment this year, Alan. That's another way to see that. About that. So for me, I have Evans, Suzuki, and my book. ATM 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Good work, Michael. Suzuki line is the highest point player this happening in the playoff last season, Roger. Yes. 30 seconds to go, guys. Wow, what a game. Frenchy, yes, even it was a start and that great run, I need to be fast again. Good night, Michael Robinson. Yes, I think for me, the disappointment, I would say to you, honestly, David Savard, that's one. Jeff Petry, that's two. Oh, wow, Vincent. So, Petry, Savard, Cole Caulfield. Absolutely, Johnny. I don't feel Anderson a disappointment on my book because on the data, analytic data, Pierre Anderson is the second best forward with more the chance every time he carry on the puck on the entry zone. He's the number one with most the chance to score a goal. He create a lot of opportunities, John Anderson, Josh Anderson. So for me, Anderson, compared to other players, Ab will make the playoff. Rick, I'm not sure. Is Jake Allen's going to start when he come back? You think? Yes, Joseph. They return Primo today. Petry is the worst right now. Look, I agree with you. And the Chicago guys win tonight 1-0. Wow. Disappointment, Allen. Petry, Caulfield, Savard, I agree, coach. Yeah, we can add a little bit more, honestly. But for me, there's 2 point Petry is wet, really. It's not a new disappointment. Yeah, can add a Logan Mayus session après ma decision. Do you agree, coach, with the bad measure move I wrote? Oh, I missed this one. I apologize. Sergachev, Pocket, Asner, signing, Douglas, Murray, Briere, signing, also bad English or Markov, Radulov. No, because because now I'm talking about trade. I was not talking about signature. All right? But again, it's only 7 of 10 years. Right? So, for me, for what you wrote, Sergachev is the one is back the bad trait over there. For me, that's only one really is black eye for Sergachev. The Asner is another one over there. Pocket is not big deal because I will tell you in our tap is a 900,000. It's a what? 900,000. It's only a 4 line. It's like you need that kind of players. At the end of the day, like it could be him or someone else. It's not like a major impact for me, right? Because you can send him on the waiver list, bring him back down, and it is what it is. Briere, at that time, I don't see was a big deal, but the Markov situation and Radulov, you can blame Bergevin, but I will say to you, this 50-50. Radulov does not want to play in Montreal. Radulov wants to play in Dallas. He wants to play a state where they have no tax. And to keep Radulov, would you like to give him $9.5 million per year to pay the same money he get in Dallas? I want to see Patrick White, GM for the Montreal Canadiens for the future. Chess Beckett, welcome aboard. Anytime, Mr. Rick Robitaille, you're welcome to do it. I tried to catch up. Do you see Paulin working his way up in the lineup? No, Johnny. He's going to be 4. But as with time, Johnny, we have a little bit of time, but I think Jake Even, at some point, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, he may be shifting with Jake Even at some point, Poland. But again, the problem, Johnny, is one Perrault's coming back, one Biron's coming back. All right? So that's two over there. Who do you take out after that? That would be the best question over there. Do you think we show up versus OV? Would be interesting, Dixon, if they can play like this back-to-back. Caulfield, too much hype, but it's not his fault. It's not going to be Mike Bossy. I don't think so. It's Mike Bossy, honestly, Caulfield. It's just like a Paquette guy's 3 years. He never been a solid player in NHL, Paquette. He's really a AHL player. For me, in my eyes, I always said Paquette. No, but I did not see him at the roster. Thanks for guys so much. You're welcome, Rick. Bergevin drafting 2. I want to see Patrick Roy. Just hopefully it will happen. I like you, emoji Carey Price. Welcome aboard. Goals cannot live in the past. I don't know what you refer about that one over there. Just hear my favorite goalie all the time. He has some draft, especially round 1. Brent Gallagher is going to be a perfect captain. Disappointment, Quebec has no chance to get a team still, but understanding. Joseph, would you now reward Ring Pulling with more ice time? You know, it's really hard, Johnny, right? Because you're limited if you play 4 center, right? Because that line have to play about 10 minutes per game. So, unfortunately, you know, could you put him in that Suzuki and Dvorak after that, right? So, for me, not really. Looking maybe sometime, maybe on power play. But you have to show up a little bit more before that. He's still a rookie inside that one over there. Montreal, Panavin, puis Flambeau. I think Poland is better even right now. He has more offense events. I don't think so. Rand Poland is better at Jake Evan overall. Yeah, he only scored 2 goals, Rick Poland, and Poland never been in NHL for the first 3 years. Can he be better to Jake Evan? Maybe possible. But I think Evan does a lot of things what Poland does not do, like the face-off, the vision of the game, the anticipation, the PK situation, everything like that. So for me, Evan is more important at the team compared to Rand Poland. And Poland is just only experience yet. He's a rookie. He just take time. So for me, like I said, I will not do that. I want Montreal Canadiens to trade out. Bossy, peace, my favorite space. The Montreal Canadiens need to trade with the Tampa Bay Lightning to get Tampa Bay Lightning goaltender Andrei Vasilevsky. But, you know, just the Tampa Bay does not want to trade Vasilevsky. You can wish or you would like to get someone, but the other team have to go the dance with you. And the Tampa Bay are not going to dance at that moment. There should be some move. This roster is not working out. Seattle 4, Washington 1. Evan, yeah, driver. Wow, I did not see the game yet. 4-1, wow. Vanecek in the net tonight. Another bad choice for me. I tried to change the update. Here we go. So what happening here? 4-0 here. Boston lost. 3-0 Toronto. 1-0 here. 4-1 here. And 4-1 here. Here we go. Update you got. Ça va bien quand ton meilleur est Evans. I don't want Bergevin to send Poland back to Laval. That would be a mistake. Alan, Montreal Canadiens straight. Alan, about Poland, I don't think so. Until Biron and Perrault return. Um, I think for me, the team is not going to make the playoff. So why not to keep Caulfield, Poland, and let them play a lot. Norlander, I think he have to go back, obviously. But I will keep those two kids. Whatever they play 10 minutes, it's not a big deal. Just learning. The fact to become a professional, the fact to play with other like Gallagher and those kind of people like them, to learning what it takes. And I think that would be for the best. Batman need to set up equal taxation. Great analogy with the dance, Joseph. Yeah. So, yeah, that's, at the end of the day, that's what they have to do, honestly. I try to get another game, guys. But all the game, maybe Washington. Here we go. .232. Oshie is from this area, by the way. DJ Oshie. I know it's a long way off, but do you see a long turnover for the roster by the end of the season? Yes. 0-5 me in our tap, not again. 3-2 coach, not proud of me. Calgary hurt me a lot. I was thinking to take Calgary. I told you take Toronto in our tap. At the end of the season, Johnny, yes. But it depends what you're thinking about that. I think you have maybe a winger will be out. Chariot will be out. That's two. Can they trade Gallagher? I'm not sure. But I would not be surprised if Anderson, Toffoli, Drouin, one of the three get out. I believe Biron will be out. Pocket will be out. That'll be pretty much it. Cole, do you think Caulfield will develop into a 30-goal player? I said no. It's too early to say that, honestly, Alan. But I wouldn't be surprised he get it. Because he did it everywhere. It's just the time for him to get there. Now, everybody compare him with Alexis DeBrincat. It's the same size, Johnny Gaudreau, everything like that. The problem of Caulfield, he doesn't have Petry Kane with Montreal. That's the problem, right? So you don't have Duncan Keith beside DeBrincat. And we don't have those kind of players like that. So DeBrincat on the one-timer or the wrist shot, the puck is on the tape. With Montreal right now, the puck is not on the tape at Caulfield. So for me, it's too early to say that. I would not be surprised he scored that goal, but for it patient about him. The kid have too many talent to get there, but just time. I don't know when Carey Price will return, just so we expect middle of December. Why not we in Canada all sign country equal taxation? Because that's all the owner. It's what I mean. Like it's not Batman. It's all the owner have to have that kind of the situation over there. So I don't know. Honestly, it would be possible. I don't think so. They will do that. Time for the ad to invest in future player like Poland and less investment for player on the rental for 1 year. Roger. That would happening, Roger. If they have a choice, I would not be surprised, like I mentioned, to let go Pocket at some point. I would not be surprised earlier also, maybe Lekonen, Armia could be inside a deal at some point. No trade, leaving out, Perro out. I'm not sure in our tap. It could be a part of the trade where a team looking for depth, like Edmonton possible, like possible Calgary. Possible Winnipeg can get him a team looking in the playoff to go a little bit longer, and they want a player like him. I think he fit very well with other team. When FC Cole Caulfield score a lot of goals this season, he cannot be awesome. Yes, Jesse, I'm not sure he will this year, but it would be interesting how he's going to be his year overall. Kraken winning 4-1 at the second. Wow. Yes, exactly about that one over there. Alan Drew, I believe he's not Olympic, then Price take year off. I want to be, first of all, in our top, if Carey Price coming back, guys, don't expect Carey Price to be in the net every night. He's not going to do like 10 games straight. You're going to see Carey Price a 1 game per week, maybe 2. That's it. That's what I believe. This would be Byron last season in Montreal, Allen. I believe so too. I wouldn't be surprised he go play in Sweden, Swiss, or something like that. I thought in the last game, Ski tried too hard to pass the Caulfield. He been shooting himself. Roger Delaney, 2 versus 1. He did not shoot the puck. You're absolutely right about that. It's happened twice for the last couple of games, Roger. I agree with you. We should trade. Yeah, but Jess, again, why Tampa Bay would like to get Carey Price? Think about this, Jess. Why the Tampa Bay would like Carey Price? No Price play the rest of the year. I hope there are no Olympics. I'll be honest with you guys. I would love to see the Olympics. I would love to see the countries. But honestly, more I can see so many COVID-19 in NHL. And the situation, if they got it over there, now you lose the player for 3 weeks. It's not good for the NHL at the end of the day. Have a good night, Roger. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, we have a special guest, Blaine Potvin. I forgot to mention this earlier. He's going to join us tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. He's going to talk about he's an insider for the Montreal Canadiens on its friend platform, social media. One's called the THW, and also the Abs Unfiltered. Really well recognized in social media on Twitter. He's going to be with us tomorrow night talking about the Montreal Canadiens. And then after that, we're going to go through the predictions. So tomorrow night, the show will be a little bit longer tomorrow night, but we'll see happening. China is not good for the world. The Olympic is not a good idea right now, Ireland. Olympic are probably not going to happen. Too many risks. Absolutely right, guys. I follow you and I agree with you guys. I think this is a little bit too much on my eyes also. Have a good night, Pierre. We're going to go also in the next couple of minutes. So hopefully, guys, you had an amazing, great night. Hopefully you enjoy it. The show tonight about the Montreal Canadiens is something we're going to repeat 4 times. Every quarter. We're going to bring this to you guys. We're going to mention, evaluate this. I'm going to make another video exactly what we did tonight for my report card with a couple of change, everything like that. But it was great to do this exercise together. It's glad to have, what are people thinking. Some are think like me, some are not, and I respect that. We see the Montreal Canadiens on different eyes, and that's a good thing about that. And I think overall that was great to talking like this over there. Montreal Canadiens Carey Price trade Tampa Bay and trade for the first round pick and the second round pick. But again, Jesse, you did not answer to my question. Why the Tampa Bay would like to trade Vasilevsky when they win the Stanley Cup twice? He's only 29 years old, and Carey Price is 34, 35. Would you take Evander Kane for a second round pick? No, Alan. Alan, about that one over there. I think for me, Alan, is the key behind that is Alan is about for Kane is to take a full sabbatic year. By the way, he was at the ring yesterday about that. Have a good night, Alan. By the way, you don't do the guests too often, but it would be in quality so far. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. About that. So thanks again for watching us tonight. We appreciate for each one of you. I look forward to you tomorrow morning. I'll be back at 11 o'clock with the morning skate show. We're going to review the weekend. We're going to see what's happening around the league. We wish you an amazing, great night, everybody. And don't forget one more thing before we leave. Of course, you know what's coming.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
You're absolutely right, Johnny Golden. He's going to be more on the west side. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much, Top. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. And an amazing, great week. I wish you the best. I will see you tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. For the morning skate show. Great night. All right, Franco, have a good week. Yes, you are, Alan. Merci, Johnny. Bonne nuit, Nick.